Welcome to the show, everybody. Today, we're diving deep into something crucial for all the dudes out there: building confidence. We're not just talking about peacocking around, we're talking about that inner strength, that quiet knowing that you can handle whatever life throws at you. Over the next hour or so, we're gonna break down what confidence really is, why it's especially important for men, and most importantly, how you can cultivate it in your own life. We're talking practical steps, man, stuff you can start using today. Whether you're looking to level up in your career, your relationships, or just feel more solid in yourself, this one's for you. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's do this. So what is confidence? It's not just about walking into a room like you own the place, although that can be a part of it. It's more like this deep-seated belief in yourself, in your ability to figure things out, to handle challenges, and to achieve your goals. Think about a time you felt truly confident. Maybe you nailed a presentation at work, or you finally asked that person out and it went well. You probably felt this sense of calm, this inner knowing that you could handle whatever came your way. On the flip side, we've all been in situations where we felt totally lacking in confidence. Maybe you froze up during a job interview, or you let someone walk all over you in a conversation. That's that lack of confidence creeping in, that little voice telling you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not whatever enough. Confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about embracing the fact that you're gonna screw up sometimes, and that's okay. It's about having the balls to go after what you want, even if you're scared shitless, because here's the thing, confidence is a skill, man. It's like learning jujitsu or playing guitar. The more you practice, the better you get. And just like with any skill, it takes time, effort, and a willingness to suck at it for a while before you start seeing results. But trust me, the results are worth it. When you start to believe in yourself, the whole world opens up. You start taking more risks, going after bigger goals, and living a life that's more in line with who you really are. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. Alright, so we talked about what confidence is, but why is it so damn important, especially for us dudes? Well, let's be honest, we live in a world that often expects men to be strong, capable, and in control. Now, I'm not saying we have to conform to those expectations all the time, but the reality is, confidence can make navigating those expectations a hell of a lot easier. Think about it. In the workplace, a confident man is more likely to command respect, to be taken seriously, to go after that promotion. In relationships, confidence can help you attract a partner, build a strong connection, and navigate conflict effectively. And let's not forget about the personal benefits. When you feel good about yourself, when you believe in your abilities, it impacts every area of your life. You're more likely to take care of your physical and mental health, to pursue your passions, to just generally enjoy life more. Now, I'm not saying confidence is some magic bullet that will solve all your problems, but it's a hell of a foundation to build on. It's like that first step on a long journey, and the more you invest in it, the further you'll go. So, how do we actually build this elusive confidence? It's not like you can just snap your fingers and suddenly become the most confident dude in the room. Or maybe you can, I don't know your life, but for most of us, it takes work. One powerful technique is positive self-talk. Yeah, I know, it sounds kind of hokey, but hear me out. The way we talk to ourselves matters. If you're constantly putting yourself down, telling yourself you're not good enough, you're gonna start believing it. So start catching those negative thoughts and flipping the script. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try, this is challenging, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. It's like training your brain to focus on the positive, and over time it can make a huge difference. Another tool is setting small, achievable goals. Look, I'm all for dreaming big, but sometimes the best way to build momentum is to start small. Pick one thing you want to improve on and break it down into manageable steps. Maybe you want to be more confident in social situations. Start by making eye contact with people you pass on the street. Then try striking up a conversation with a cashier or a barista. Each small victory will feed your confidence and motivate you to keep going. And speaking of going, get out of your comfort zone. I know, it's called the comfort zone for a reason. But real growth happens when we push ourselves beyond what feels familiar and safe. So, sign up for that class you've been wanting to take, talk to that person you're interested in, try something that scares you a little. The more you challenge yourself, the more you realize you're capable of handling whatever life throws at you. And that, my friends, is the foundation of true confidence. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention: the impact of your environment on your confidence. We're talking about the people you surround yourself with, the places you spend your time, the information you consume. Think about it. If you're constantly around negative people, people who put you down or doubt your abilities, it's going to take a toll on your self-belief. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by supportive, encouraging people who believe in you, it's like having a team of cheerleaders in your corner. The same goes for the places you spend your time. If you're constantly comparing yourself to others on social media, it's easy to feel inadequate. But if you're engaging in activities that make you feel good, that challenge you and help you grow, your confidence will naturally blossom. And don't underestimate the power of the information you consume. If you're constantly bombarding yourself with negative news, violent movies, or music that makes you feel like crap, it's going to impact your state of mind. Instead, try filling your life with positive, uplifting content, whether it's books, podcasts, or documentaries. Remember, you have the power to choose your environment. You get to decide who you spend your time with, where you go, and what you let into your mind. So make choices that support your growth, that lift you up, and that help you become the most confident version of yourself. Let's talk about something nobody enjoys, but everybody has to deal with: criticism. It's like that annoying relative who shows up uninvited and just won't shut up. But here's the thing about criticism: it's not always a bad thing. Now, I'm not talking about straight-up insults or personal attacks. That shit's just toxic, and you don't need that in your life. I'm talking about constructive criticism, the kind that comes from a place of wanting to help you improve. Look, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, and sometimes we need someone to point out our blind spots. The key is to learn how to take criticism like a champ, to separate the useful feedback from the personal attacks, and to use it to become a better version of yourself. One way to do this is to ask clarifying questions. If someone criticizes your work, instead of getting defensive, try saying something like, "Can you give me an example of what you mean?" Or, "What would you have done differently?" This shows that you're open to feedback and that you're actually interested in improving. Another tip is to focus on the behavior, not the person. Instead of taking it personally, try to see the criticism as being about the specific action or behavior, not about you as a human being. This can help you detach from the emotional sting and see the feedback more objectively. And remember, you don't have to agree with every piece of criticism you receive. You get to decide what resonates with you, what you want to work on, and what you can simply let go of. The key is to stay open, to be willing to learn and grow, and to use criticism as fuel to become the best version of yourself. Sometimes it helps to look at people who embody the traits you want to cultivate. So let's talk about some dudes who just radiate confidence, guys who walk the walk and talk the talk. Think about someone like David Goggins. This guy is a former Navy SEAL, ultra-marathon runner, and all-around badass. He's been through hell and back, and he's come out the other side stronger, more resilient, and more confident than ever. What can we learn from Goggins? That true confidence comes from pushing your limits, from facing your fears, and from proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. Or look at someone like Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, you can't deny the man's confidence. He's out there launching rockets into space, building electric cars, and trying to colonize Mars. Now, I'm not saying we all need to be billionaires with world-changing ambitions, but Musk's unwavering belief in his vision is definitely something to aspire to. And it's not just about these larger-than-life figures. Think about the confident guys in your own life. Maybe it's your dad, your older brother, a mentor, or a friend. What is it about them that exudes confidence? How do they carry themselves? How do they interact with others? Pay attention to the details, man. Confidence is often reflected in subtle cues: strong eye contact, a firm handshake, a willingness to speak their mind. These are all things you can start incorporating into your own life. Remember, you don't have to imitate these guys exactly. The key is to find what resonates with you, to identify the qualities you admire, and to start embodying those traits in your own unique way. Let's talk about something that holds a lot of guys back: the fear of failure. It's that little voice in the back of your head whispering, "What if you suck? What if you make a fool of yourself? What if you fail miserably?" And look, it's natural to feel some fear of failure. It's hardwired into our DNA, man. Back in the caveman days, failure could mean getting eaten by a saber-toothed tiger or starving to death. But here's the thing, we're not living in caves anymore. The stakes are just not that high. Yeah, it sucks to bomb a job interview or get rejected by someone you're into, but it's not the end of the world. In fact, it's often an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger. So, how do we overcome this fear of failure? One way is to reframe failure as feedback. Instead of seeing it as a reflection of your self-worth, try viewing it as data. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? What did you learn from the experience? Another powerful technique is to visualize success. Our brains are wired to believe what we tell them. So, if you're constantly focusing on all the things that could go wrong, you're more likely to sabotage yourself. Instead, spend time visualizing yourself succeeding, feeling that sense of accomplishment, and achieving your goals. And remember, failure is a part of the journey. Every successful person you can think of has failed at some point. The difference is, they didn't let those failures define them. They picked themselves up, learned from their mistakes, and kept going. And that's what separates the winners from the wannabes. Let's talk about the flip side of failure success. Because here's the thing, success breeds confidence. It's like a positive feedback loop. The more you achieve, the more confident you become, and the more confident you become, the more likely you are to achieve even greater things. But here's the catch, sometimes we get so caught up in chasing big, hairy, audacious goals that we forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. And those small wins are crucial, man. They're like deposits in your confidence bank account. So how do we cultivate more of these confidence-boosting wins? One way is to again break down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of trying to lose 50 pounds, start with 5. Instead of trying to write a novel, start with a short story. Each milestone you hit, no matter how small, will give you a sense of accomplishment and fuel your motivation to keep going. Another way to boost your confidence is to track your progress. It's easy to get discouraged when you're so focused on the end goal that you lose sight of how far you've come. So, keep a journal, use a tracking app, or create a visual representation of your progress. Seeing how much you've accomplished can be incredibly motivating and remind you of your own capabilities. And don't be afraid to celebrate your successes, man. Whether it's treating yourself to a nice dinner, buying yourself that new gadget you've been eyeing, or just taking a moment to acknowledge your own awesomeness, take the time to celebrate your wins. You deserve it. Let's talk about a crucial aspect of confidence: assertiveness. Now, assertiveness is not about being aggressive. It's not about being a bully. And it's definitely not about walking around like you're better than everyone else. Assertiveness is about advocating for yourself, communicating your needs and boundaries clearly and respectfully, and standing up for what you believe in, even when it's uncomfortable. Think about it. How many times have you stayed silent when you wanted to speak up? How many times have you let someone walk all over you because you were too afraid to assert yourself? Look, I get it. Confrontation can be scary. Nobody likes to rock the boat. But here's the thing. When you consistently fail to assert yourself, you're essentially giving away your power. You're letting other people dictate your life, and that can chip away at your confidence over time. So how do we become more assertive? One key is to start small. If you're not used to speaking up, start by asserting yourself in low-stakes situations. Maybe it's telling the waiter that your order is wrong, or politely disagreeing with a coworker in a meeting. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become. Another important aspect of assertiveness is learning to set boundaries. This means being clear about what you will and will not tolerate, both in your personal and professional life. And it means being willing to enforce those boundaries, even if it means having difficult conversations or walking away from situations that no longer serve you. Remember, assertiveness is a skill. And like any skill, it takes practice. But the more you assert yourself, the more confident you'll become, and the more respect you'll command from others. Let's talk about the foundation of true confidence, a healthy self-image. This is about how you see yourself, both physically and mentally. It's about liking and respecting the person you are, flaws and all. Now, we live in a world that's constantly bombarding us with images of perfection, airbrushed models, and unrealistic beauty standards. It's easy to get caught up in the comparison game and feel like we don't measure up. But here's the thing. Perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. And chasing after it will only leave you feeling inadequate and insecure. True confidence comes from embracing your individuality, appreciating your unique strengths and quirks, and accepting that you're a work in progress. So how do we cultivate a healthier self-image? One way is to focus on taking care of yourself, both physically and mentally. This means eating nourishing foods, moving your body regularly, getting enough sleep, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and reduce stress. Another important aspect of self-image is self-compassion. We all have moments of self-doubt, we all make mistakes, and we all have things we'd like to improve about ourselves. The key is to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a good friend. And remember, building a positive self-image is an ongoing process. It's not a destination you arrive at one day and then you're done. It's about making a conscious effort to challenge negative self-talk, to focus on your strengths, and to celebrate your accomplishments, both big and small. That's it for today, guys. We covered a lot of ground, but hopefully, you walked away with some valuable tools and insights to help you on your confidence journey. Remember, building confidence is not about becoming someone you're not. It's about tapping into the best version of yourself, the guy you know you're capable of being. It's about embracing your strengths, acknowledging your weaknesses, and showing up in the world as your most authentic self. So keep practicing, keep pushing yourself, and never stop believing in your own potential. Because when you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Remember, building confidence is a journey, not a destination. Stay committed, and you'll see the results. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.